Imagine if they'd found out who you really were, Jyn Erso. Or something like that. I can't remember the script. This is only one Kenobi. Only one. And this is Jyn Erso. And this is episode 119 of the Vintage Collection QUICKSHOT series. Because it's VC119. And it's a good figure, good card. A great film, isn't it? I loved Rogue One. It's not a film I watch again and again. I thought Felicity Jones, by the way, was, she was really good in it. There was a couple of good scenes of acting, but there was a few scenes that were, I didn't think the acting was so great, or at least it reminded me, if you are someone in the UK, you'll know what EastEnders is. And she reminded me so much of Sharon Watts. Sharon, no, Phil, I'm going to leave you. That sort of thing, when she was like saying, they know, you could have got my father. I don't know what she was going on about, but it was quite sort of that sort of style of delivery. So with regards to the card back now going back to what I've already reviewed, see, when I talked about these guys, and about a year ago, I got some updates because I need to check my stock. Let me just move her out the way. The one I've got here, which has come off the wall, is clearly the first generation one, because if you remember back in 2018, when this first wave came out, from VC16 onwards, they came with this monstrosity here. Can you see it? It came with sellotape. Now, they should have learned, they being Hasbro, back in, back when they did the Black series, to get glue that worked. And that's ridiculous. So, but what they did do was they re-released some figures and cards. And I managed to get some ones without sellotape, including these ones here. And I think I got one for Jyn Erso. I'd be very surprised if I didn't find her swinging on the pegs last summer in The Entertainer. And speaking of swinging on the pegs, I feel for this character, and I feel for Felicity, and I feel for, whatever, the poor entertainer who have to embarrassingly have this stuff in. She is a massive peg warmer, not necessarily the vintage one, but the Black Series one. And it brings back the argument, do kids want to play with girl figures? I don't know if it's anything to do with that or what. But she's not a seller, sadly. But I thought she was great in the film. So anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Leave your thoughts and comments about that below. Why she didn't sell. Because the film was good. Maybe it is because... I don't know. Anyway, we could talk about that. I want to move on. Oh, easy, Tiger. We'll have a little discussion about that in the comments, I think. But anyway, the figure is awesome. Look at it. This is the best figure. A bit like, for her, a bit like with Rey. Where is she? Come back, Rey. Let's have a look at you. So that's the best one you can get for Jakku Rey. If you want a good figure for Jyn Erso, this is the best one of her. And there's different ones that they did. They did every variant in the 5 POA. They did, Jakku, bruh, Jeddah, Edu, Scarif, and then this one here, which when I have her displayed in my other room, in my loose figure display, I have her stood with Cassian. That's what I just call her Rebel Alliance gear. She looks awesome. Let's have a look at the card again. She's awesome. She's really nice looking girl, Felicity Jones. I thought she was really good in it. And again, she had some good moments when she cried over her father. That was really good. And it got you, like genuine tears. A bit like Rey. She can really turn on the waterworks. That's why JJ loved it. In her audition, she was like, had this ability to just cry on demand, and she looks like she could do it as well. I don't know. But anyway, so there she is, a good pose. Look at the hips, a good stance. Yeah, she was good. But she wasn't really like, say, a main character. It was like a team, wasn't it? They all had an equal kind of input, which was quite good. A lot of people moaned about how they all died at the end. I thought that was really good. Something different, nobody survived or whatever. It was sad, but necessary, and it made you respect the depths the Rebel Alliance have gone to win the war. Speaking of the rebels, one thing I liked about the rebels in Rogue One was the fact that they had some dark tactics. We'll talk about it when we do Cassian Andor, but we shot that guy in the back, just obviously to keep the secrecy of what they would, you didn't want to get caught or whatever. So that's a dark tactic, that, isn't it, really? And they were sort of like borderline fringe group, weren't they, the rebels in this? But then again, the irony of that is that the usual suspects of the rebels, you know, Mon Mothma and all her crowd, they looked at the likes of what the hell's his name? Saw Gerrera, Saw Gerrera and all his cronies. They were seen by the rebels as extremists, and they wanted to kind of like distance themselves from them. Quite interesting, all the dynamics. It was a great film because it gave you a good look at behind the scenes of the Alliance and all the ins and outs of the shenanigans that they're up to, as well as, you know, a little bit of a backstage look at the Empire as well and the construction of the Death Star. Again, it's a film I don't really want to watch again and again because it was one of those, I tell you what, it did do. It blew me away in the cinema. No question. It really did kick ass. I loved it. As an original trilogy fan, it was just like, I saw it as the ultimate supplement. Sorry about the crap camera work. They're still not in focus. Yeah, I just thought it was really good. But unlike, you know, with Solo though, I think Solo kind of gets better with age. Each time I watch it, it gets better and better. Whereas I think this peaked in the cinema, and then that's it. It's still a good film, and I want to watch it when I want to watch it. But yeah. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on that as well. The figure, the card, the film, her. Anything else you want to say down in the comments below, and stay tuned for the next episode. Indeed. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one.